We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg the money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.
Take your pulu this, make out the chicken. we oh. Yankwa kwa de dide oh. Oh, kwantado. Oh, biota tu oh. Oh, senyota tu oh. Oh, kwanyota tu oh. Oh, senyota tu oh. I'm on a geo. I tell you, I need so I can look quick one. I'm on a geo. I'm on a geo. Yeah, the only wheel. Not that you're the wheel. Walk there, the wheel. I'm on a gire. Yeah, the only wheel.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. From my end, it is early in the morning. One would say late in the morning, anyways. From my end, it's 3:26 a.m. And as usual, we just from our whatever we are supposed to do to keep roof over our heads and ensure that we are okay. So we are here this morning, this afternoon, and this evening, based on your location, to just download certain things that God has given us. He has impressed on our hearts to diverge to you, to give you this morning. I don't know why, but when I was at work, the Spirit of God keep revealing this to me over and over and over and again, to the extent that I became restless because it keeps just dropping down in me. I keep hearing what God was saying through my spirit. It became so loud that I thought people who were around me, they were also hearing what God was dropping down in my spirit. And so I thought it was to not keep it in me, but to come out here to share it. I'm just from work. I actually should be resting so that I can get ready for today is Sunday for service and other stuff. But I believe that if I do not download this particular thing that is, or this message that is bubbling in me, I don't think I am going to be at peace or at ease. So I'm going to download it. And this message is going to come in two folds. I hope to deliver it in a considerable moment or a considerate, period. Those of you who are joining me, I want you to do me a favor. If you can share with friends, please share. If you can share in whatever group chat you are in, please share. Please, I'm appealing to you. This morning, I want to ask you a question. And everything that I'm saying to you is what has been bubbling in me. It's what the Spirit of God has led me to say. And that's what I'm going to be saying. Now, it's up to you to judge how you want to judge. I do appreciate your judgment. In any way you want to judge it, any way you see it, you can see it in any way, form, shape, or manner, or interpret it in any form, shape, or manner. It is not my business. My business is when I have a message, is to be able to diverge, to be able to, download those messages. And it's up to you to how you can be able to consume it, dissect it, accept it, receive it, or whatever you will do with it. But I got to play my part so that I can be free within, so that I can feel pleased. So I want to ask you a question. How are you managing the resources that God has given you? I'm not preaching this morning. I'm not going to be preaching. Why it is true that there will be scriptures that I will be reading, but it's not preaching. It's what God has laid on my heart to speak to you this morning about. And that's why I'm talking about this morning. And I'm pretending to be a preacher, but I just want to tell you this and let me be done with it. So, my question to you this morning is, how are you managing the resources that God has given you? How are you managing it? Your resources could be your children. Your resources could be your finance. Your resources could be your husband. Your resources could be your wife. Your resources could be the skill that you have to sustain your family, to sustain yourself, to put roof over your head. Your resources could be the members that God has given you, whether be it in your church, the partisans that God has given you, whether be it in your political institution or whatever it is. So, my question to you this morning is, how are you managing your resources? How are you managing it? I'm going to take a moment because I don't want you to answer me, but I want you to answer it from your own heart. So, how are you managing your resources? How are you managing it? Hmm? How are you managing it? So, we will try to explain to you. Like I said, I am only explaining what has been bubbling in my heart. And that's what I just want to put out there. When we talk about management, right? Management has to do with the administration of an organization, whether it be a business, a non-profit organization, or a government body, your family, whatever space you find yourself in. The act of administering, the act of organizing, the act of arranging, the act of putting together, the act of supervising, it has to do with management. So, how are you managing your resources? How are you even managing your stay here in the United States? How are you managing it? So, I know many of us, before traveling out of Liberia, we have traveled to so many areas, asking people to help us in fasting, in praying, that we want to travel. We want to be a blessing to our family. We want to be a blessing to friends. We want to help other people, blah, blah, blah. We want to improve our lives and etc. So that opportunity that God has given you to live from the condition that you felt in your mind was not favorable to a place where you think it was going to be favorable to you. Now, my question to you is, how are you managing your presence here, even in the United States or wherever you find yourself? You see, one of the reasons why many of us are not achieving and we are not getting what we are supposed to get, we are not realizing the effort that we think we are putting in is because we lack management. Many of us don't know how to manage. We don't manage our relationships. So, because we do not manage our relationship, sometimes we think that there are others who are poisoning our relationship for us. Because we do not manage our churches, so we feel that, well, the environment is not conducive. Because you do not manage your business, so you feel that maybe the next woman that is selling near you, she is a witchcraft or she is playing some kind of magic in order to take your customer away. But how are you managing your resources? How are you managing it? How are you even managing yourself that God has given you? Do you know that you have an obligation to take care of yourself. I mean, your body, your own health. Do you know that there are some of us who can commit sin against our own body? Your refusal to adequately take care of yourself, even though you know how to do it, but you have refused to do it. Your refusal to present yourself in a presentable manner that is befitting of somebody. Because some of you have failed to even manage your own self. People who are supposed to be attracted to you, they've gone away. They have gone away. Some of you sit and ask yourself, but why is it that, in your own eyes, you say, I'm beautiful, I'm this, I'm that. But why is it this particular thing continue to happen to me? Why? Why is it not happening to this other person I'm looking at? Why is it not happening to that other person? Why just me? When these questions are asked, then I will say to you, how are you managing whatever that God has given you? How are you managing it? You see, the first responsibility that was given to men was to manage. That was the first responsibility that was given to men. Now, those of you who maybe you can read the Bible, go and read the book of Genesis. When you read in the book of Genesis, when God created men according to the Bible story, he gave men a task, and that task was to manage the garden, was to take care of, was to have supervisory role, was to be able to organize, to put in place, to ensure that the garden is kept. That in itself was management. So management is one of the odious cause that you can ever do. That's why when you are a manager or when you do management in school, you can serve in any capacity. You can be a teacher. You can serve even as doctor. What I mean, you can serve, in the hospital. You can serve in any area of life when you do management because it basically has to do with organizing things, putting things together, ensuring that this is here and this is there and this is done the way it's supposed to be. So, how are you managing your life? How are you managing your relationship? How are you managing your resources? How are you managing your kids? How are you managing them? So, like I said, the first responsibility that was given to us by the Almighty God when you read the Bible was to manage. I don't want you to believe it. I want to go to the Bible. Like I said, I am not preaching. No, I'm not pretending to be preaching. I'm just telling you what God has placed in my heart to tell you. That's what I'm saying to you. I'm not preaching. So just get this straight. Before you say, oh, yeah, so I'm not. I want to read something here for you. I want to read something here for you. I'm looking for. I'm looking for the portion. So let me just bear with me. Let's look at Genesis chapter 1 from verse 27. Let me see if I can get here. Sorry, my stuff has been off. Okay. So let me just get my just wait. Let me get my Bible. Oh, yeah, just Give me a second. Let me just pull this Bible up. Just give me 1 second. Let me bring this and then we can be good. So, I want to read from the book of Genesis, chapter 1, from verse 27. Genesis 1:27. So, if you have your phone, you can go there. I don't know. For some, using my phone. So, Genesis chapter 1, from verse 27. Like I said, I am not preaching to you. This is not a preaching. It's something that God laid on my heart to just inform you of. And that's what I'm doing. So, we are going to Genesis chapter 1, from verse 27. Genesis 1:27. So, okay. So Genesis chapter 1 from verse 27 it states, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And God said, behold, I have given you every herbs bearing seeds which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in there which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat. Verse 30, and to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, within there is life, I have given every green herbs for meat, and it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Now, from what I have just read, you will observe that according to what the Bible says, that God gave every living thing that he created, including the trees, the soil, and everything to men to manage it, to take care of it, to subdue it, to use it for his benefit, to use it so that it can be a blessing unto him and his household. But how many of us are using or are managing well what God has given us? Now, for some reason, I don't know, I might be wrong. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not preaching. I'm just telling you what God has placed in my heart. I don't know who this message is for, but I just want to clear it out of my heart. That's all. So that I can have, a peace of mind and be done with it. The reason why men they were taken out of the Garden of Eden was not because, I don't know, but this is just what is dropping down in me. It wasn't because they committed sin. I don't know if I'm getting there. I don't know, but that is what is in me that I want to put out. Those of you who think you can be able to put it in shape, well, it's up to you. But this is what is in me, and this is what I want to put out. The reason why men or God drove Adam and Eve from the garden, it wasn't because they committed sin. It was because of their refusal to acknowledge that they have erred They have mismanaged, and their refusal to take responsibility. That's why God moved them out of the garden. I don't know if I'm getting there. I don't know if I'm saying something, that is making sense to you. I don't know. But like I said, what God has placed in me that has been a burden even at work is what I just want to give out and be done with it so that I can just finish with it. So the reason why Adam and Eve they were taken from the garden, it wasn't because of the sin that they committed. It was because of their refusal to acknowledge that they have committed an act, that they have mismanaged, that they have been able not to do what He required them to do, and their lack of taking responsibility of their actions. That's why they were driven out. Because when you read the Bible, God, who is all known, all present, omnipresent, omniscience, all kind of thing, He's everywhere at the center, knew that they had eaten the food that He told them not to eat. He knew it. He knew that the fruit that He told them not to eat, that they have eaten that particular fruit. So when He came, the question that was asked them, Adam, where are you? Basically, God was asking him, or God was asking them, come and take responsibility of the act that you have committed. Come with a heart to realize that what you have done is wrong and ask for forgiveness. He knew very well that the task that he had given them, that they had not been able to adequately manage what God has placed with them, or God has entrusted them with. Manage this tree. Do not eat it. When you eat it, X, Y, Z, and Z. This one, eat it. When you eat it, X, Y, Z, and Z. So direct instructions were given to them. So their refusal to manage, their refusal to organize, their refusal to accept, to believe, and to be able to obey led them to where they find themselves. So even when you read the book of Genesis, right? When you read the book of Genesis and you read the interaction according to the book of Genesis, when you read the interaction between they and God, you will see that God was still opening avenue. He was still opening way for them to realize that they have made a mistake and that he should just ask for forgiveness from his divine being. But when you read that particular passage, you will observe that there were back and forth. One putting blame on another putting blame on another will not accept, another will not accept the blame. So it was like a blame game. And God was not in the business to sit down there and allowed his creation to keep, going back and forth with each other. So the best thing to do was to allow them to excuse the garden because they were not worthy of managing what he has given them. There are some of you who you have lost your relationship because you have refused to manage it adequately. And at the end of the day, you choose that, well, you want to provide clarity. You want to be right. You don't want to take responsibility. And some of you, the time that you realize that, oh, you want to take responsibility or you want to accept the blame, you want to say sorry, it was late. It was very late. That's how some of you have lost good relationship. I mean, good wives, good husband, because you failed to manage that particular man. God, by his own grace, has given you this man or this woman. In order for you to manage that home, or in order for you to manage that relationship, in the way you talk, in the way you behave, the way you provide, you have mismanaged that particular home to the extent that the woman is looking for somebody who will manage her. Look, let me tell you this. Women are people who God has given the ability to do everything that you can think of. But the ability to manage, my people, I will tell you this. This is what is in my heart. To some extent, by divine grace, is to some extent lacking. A woman will own a shop. She will own whatever she wants to own. But let me tell you this, the management of those things depend on the shoulder of the man. God has given a man that particular grace to manage. And unfortunately, I will tell you this, that the grace to manage, men has to some extent decided to compromise that ability to manage. Anytime a man compromises his ability to manage, God take that responsibility and give it to the woman. And that's why you see some women, they will tell you, I am good without men. I make my own money. I ride my own car. Everything I do for myself. Some of the time you will hear these things. But let me tell you this. There is always a vacuum somewhere. Whether be it in that woman's heart or wherever, there is always a vacuum. There is always a void that needs to be filled. There is always a void that needs to be filled. Why you think, for example, people who say they ain't want me, but they will go do mia mia, and not because they want to satisfy certain things in them? Or why you think people who say they don't want me, I mean women who say I don't want me, but they will go to some kind of store and go buy some kind of thing and be doing their mia mia to themselves? Why you think they are doing it? Because there is a void, there is an emptiness, and that emptiness can be filled by the opposite sex. But because the opposite sex is not there, so they choose to use maybe the same sex to be able to satisfy that particular desire. Many of you are not managing what God has given you. You have decided to be lackadaisical with the management that God has instilled in you. Now, this is, like I said, this is the oldest schools that when men was created by God, He placed in them. That course was the first course that God gave you to manage. So, how are you managing what God has given you? How are you managing it? How are you even managing your kids, your children? Do you have time for them? In management, they talk about time management. Are you managing your time well so that your children can feel your impact? They can know that mama, papa, yeah. Are you managing that very well? Are you managing your time to the extent where you know that, yeah, this day is for me and my family, and so therefore I must be able to have the time with my family, even at a ludo we play, even at a basketball we play, or even if we walk down the street, we'll walk down the street with our family. Are you managing that very well? Are you managing your time very well? You have time for all the other things, all the other pleasure, but do you really have time for your relationship? Do you know that this relationship that you are in, whether she is your girlfriend or she is your or he is your boyfriend or wife or husband, do you know that God has given you this particular person to manage them so that you guys can manage each other? How are you managing this person? How are you managing this relationship? Or are you satisfied you alone? You can count more than 25 relationships behind you. Are you satisfied that more than 25 relationships you can count it behind you? And you think that it's okay? You think that it's all right? So, as I read in the Bible, you saw that God gave men the opportunity to manage the garden, to manage everything that is there. Everything that is there to manage it. But guess what? Men decided that his responsibility to manage should be taken away from him because of pleasure, because of the Bible say food, according to what they say. There are many of you who have spoiled good relationship because of management. And those who know how to manage theirs, you envy them. Oh, yes, you envy them. You get angry with them. Who you think he is? Oh, why she want proof? Why he want proof? No, he is taking care of it. He is managing it very well. Because if he doesn't manage it, it will be taken away from him. Now, when you read the Bible, right, there is a passage in the Bible in the book of Matthew, chapter 21, for verse 1. Coming down. There were three guys. There were 10 virgins, 10 of them. Matthew chapter 21. Let's go there. And sometimes you got to be sure of what you're saying, right? Like I said, I'm not preaching to you. It's just something that God has laid on my heart that I want to tell you. So don't, Sonny. So when you read the book of Matthew chapter 21, there were 10 virgins. When you read that particular passage, Matthew chapter 21 from verse 1, there were 10 virgins. And these 10 virgins, they were to participate in a wedding. And in order to participate in a wedding, one of the requirements was to ensure that your lamp is fully blazing, that it has enough oil in it, that you can be able to work with that particular light or that lamp to go and meet the man who you will marry. So, according to this particular passage in Matthew chapter 21, from verse 1, let me just read a portion of it. Uh, let me just read a portion of it. Yeah. Let me just read a portion of this particular passage, please. Let me read a portion of it. Just bear with me. Yeah. So just bear with me, please. Let me get this on here. And sorry, my people. Okay, sorry. It's Matthew chapter 25. Yeah. So it's Matthew chapter 25. Sorry, it's Matthew 25. So Matthew chapter 25, when you read Matthew 25 and verse 14, it talks about the 10 virgins, right? The 10 virgins. And Matthew chapter 25, verse 14, tell us that there was this wedding banquet somewhere. And this man or this particular wedding, there were 10 virgins that were invited. And these 10 virgins that were invited, they were to ensure that their lamp has enough fuel in it so that at the end of the day, they will be able to. It was almost like the gateway, or in other words, the trump card, or you will say the passage, or you will say the ticket for them to enter that banquet or for them to be part of that particular activities. So, according to what you will read in Matthew chapter 25, the first 5 virgins decided that they will fill in their how you call or lamp with enough fuel and take for them extra fuel so that on the way while they are walking, and if anything happens, that is, if that fuel that they are walking with consume or blow off, they can refill it. So they were prepared. They were prepared to ensure that they reach the zenith of that particular journey. But when you read Matthew 25, it says that there were others, 5, who decided that, well, we'll just take small few men, we'll make it. And at the end of the day, when you read the story, it was about time for them to go. And while they were walking along, going to where the banquet's supposed to be or whatever's supposed to be, something happened. Those other 5, their few ran dry out of the lamp. So they said to the other 5, we're begging you, man, please help us with small. The other 5 said, no, we can't give it. Because this is our, reserve. We can't give it to you. So they said, okay, but then we'll go run to go buy it. Let's go look for it. So that when we come back, we'll join you people. And according to the passage in Matthew 25, they left to look for where they can purchase fuel for their lamp. And those other 5, they continue that journey and they walk in. So, cut the story short, when the 5 returned to be part of the banquet, guess what? According to the story, the gate people or the master said to them, you people cannot enter because the time is up. You guys were informed and you refuse. So there is nothing that we can do. So we can't allow you in. So they were refused entry. Now, that entire story talks about management, how you are managing what you have. Because they fail to manage, they fail to organize. Like I said, when you look at the definition of management, it has to do with organizing, it has to do with arranging, it has to do with earlier preparation, and etc. etc. So, because they refuse to adequately manage, guess what happened? They asked other people, please help us. And they said no. And they were right of refusing them whatever help because all of them had the same opportunity at a particular time. Look at Liberia, for example. It is said that back in the 60s, the resources of Liberia could be compared to that of Japan. It was said that those days in the 60s, in the very early 70s, that Liberia was almost like the United States in Africa. That every other nation or national will want to go to Liberia, if even they want to travel to other parts of the world. That our passport was very valuable, was of value. All of the resources that we had. Once upon a time, Liberia was regarded as the number 1 country when it comes to iron ore, when it comes to rubber. But how did we manage the resources? Those resources were never managed very well. There were people who were greedy. There were people who were very evil. There were people who were devilish, and they decided to use it for their own purpose. They decided to steal. Instead of using it for the betterment of the country, they refused to do it. And because of that, look at where we are. While other nations are going forward, we are still behind, backward. How did you manage your vote that God gave you? The way you manage your vote is, like I said, I'm not preaching to you, right? That's what I said from the beginning. It's not preaching. I just want to lay some premise. So the way you manage your vote is the result that you are getting. That these people are raping your children. That ministers, they see their own. They see BB people. That small children they see to rape. The way you manage your vote, that will get you into this. That they are breaking down your homes. The way you manage your vote, that's what led you to what you are into. There were signs and there were symptoms that were shown to you. God gave you all of the signs that you could use to ensure that your vote be your benefit. But you said no. You were moved by lies. So you mismanaged the vote, knowing very well that you have 6 years. We feel the weight, we feel the pain. whether we like it or not, whether we want it or not. But one thing I know, God will always protect, and He will provide a window for people who use theirs wisely. Today you are asking me question, why is it that police brutality is all around the place? You are asking me? No, you are asking me question, why is it that Gregor Como has now become a gangster in Liberia? You are asking me? It's because of you now, the way you manage your vote, the way you decide to waste your vote. There were signs and there were symptoms that were shown to you. Joseph Newman Boyka himself told you and myself that they did not manage the resources very well. He said, we squander the opportunity, we squander resources. That's why he said, no, that is not me. Joseph Newman Boyka told you and myself that he was living on loan, meaning that this man failed to manage his resources to the extent that he got to go to other people to ask. Like the story in the Bible that we just talked about, the virgin in Matthew chapter 25. Joseph Newman Boyka had the same opportunity to get enough money to save his resources. But that man followed behind liquor, rape bank, and different things. And he could not even manage what God gave him to the extent that he had to ask other people for help. The bank he was asking, the bank was magnanimous enough to give him, but it was at our expense. You're forgetting about the 18 million that Joseph Newman Boyka used to build out the how you call or SRB bank. Oh yes. Oh, you don't know of that? When he took over and instructed his nephew Samora to give the SRB bank almost $18 million of the Liberian people money. Oh, you have forgotten, right? You see, anytime people fail to manage what God has given to them, guess what happened? Other people can feed the weight. Some of you have failed to mismanage your family. Some of you have failed to manage your relationship. Some of you have failed to manage your own home, even your own car, or whatever that God has given you. And today it has become a burden because you fail to manage your vote adequately. Look at what is happening to our children. How many of us now talking about a rape case? How many of us? Yesterday it was the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and we finish forgetting about it. And you're finished forgetting about it. How many of you talking about what happened at the Ministry of Agriculture? And we finish with it. How many of you are talking about the almost 26 girls, children who were impregnated by teachers and nothing came for out of it? I think some of this thing is good that I display it to you, right? Yeah, it's good that I show it to you. Let me show them to you so that you see it. Sorry, my people. Let me show it to you. Some of these things we're talking. Let me show it to you so you can see. Whenever you fail to manage your vote very well and you decide that you will use it in a very reckless and useless manner, that's what happened. Oh, yeah. So let me show this to you. I don't want you to believe it. When I'm talking, especially when I'm in studio, I like to show you what I'm talking about. Mhm. Let me get the newspaper and then be able to show it to you. Here is it. Oh, no, don't open this. Okay. So let me show this to you. I want you to look at this. Hmm? Mhm. Let's go there. Let me add this here. I want you to look at this. Let's look at this. This is in Bond County. This happened July the 24th. July the 24th. And we now in October. Here is it. Bond County. Teacher named in sex scandal. Here is it. Let's read this. A chemistry teacher and dean of students at the Nathaniel Vanney Massaquoi High School, Julius Civilly, commonly known as Chemical J, is at the center of a growing scandal after being accused of engaging in a sexual relationship with a female student, reportedly resulting in her pregnancy. You see that? This is just one I want to show you. This is just one I want to show you. Teachers decided to use the classroom to be able to abuse students. Let's go somewhere that I want to carry you. And I want to carry you in my own country, in Grand Cape, my country, but no, forget it. It was not easy there. Yaka. Just bear with me. I'll show it to you. Don't worry. Hmm. So just bear with me. Let me show this to you. Let me go there. Hmm. 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 So just bear with me. I want to bring this to you so that you can see. Okay, 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 okay. Hmm. 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 So just bear with me. I want to bring you this from Grand Cape, my county, my own county. Uh-huh. So just bear with us. Okay. Yeah, sorry, my people. I want to go down there so that. Just bear with me. Yeah, just bear with me. Sometimes these things read very slow, so you know. Uh, It's reading, so sometimes, yeah, sometimes these things. Uh, yeah, man. Oh, I don't know why this thing is reading the way it's reading. Sometimes, you know, you can have the internet misbehaving. Close this. Should I use this other side? Okay, so it's reading very, very slow. But let me just inform you that in Grand Cape County, where I'm from, about 17 students, I mean female, they were impregnated in a school, causing them to lost the opportunity of taking wives. 17. I say one, I say seven, I say 10, I say 17 of them. 17 of them, they were reported to have, uh, been impregnated by teachers in the school. And what came from out of it? You know what they did? They said, these people, let's suspend them. They suspend the teachers. And as I speak to you this academic year, they are in the class again. They are there. So when these teachers commit these heinous crimes and atrocity, guess what happened? Instead of taking serious action against them, these people, no action is taken against them. They walk away scot-free. They suspend them for 2, 3, 4, 5 months. And because in the Leeward County, finding teachers, it's a bit difficult. So guess what happened? They get back in the classroom after 4, 5, 6 months. And the government will not persecute them. Why you think the minister, deputy minister of Ministry of Youth and Sports will be brave enough to sexually abuse a 14 years old? And today, the police director is defending this man. The man he literally have a defense team in the police director. Is the case before the court? No. No case before no court that we know of. Because the police director have informed us, has informed the Liberian people that he is the law and gospel. He see no magnitude in what the man did as wrong. The video and the call, then see nothing. So it's okay. The girl is hallucinating according to him because that's what it means. She not know what she talking. She know what she doing. So she lying on him. You see how Joseph Newman Boyka is protecting criminals above you? When you fail to manage your vote very well, we're talking about management, right? When you fail to manage your vote very well and you ignore all of the signs, that's what can happen to you. That's what can happen to you. We are eating out of our own pockets. What we planted is what we are eating. Look at today, our mothers are crying. No, I don't want you to believe me. We can play videos of people, hear what they are saying. Let me tell you something. Most of the people who are affected and they will be going to the pool, some of them, they don't even have a Facebook account. Oh, yes, they don't even have a Facebook account. Some of the people who can go to interview, or some of these generals that can interview, they just interview a very, very insignificant portion of the people who are feeling the hurt and the pain on a daily basis. Take for an example, listen to this story. I just want you to listen to this story, right? Listen to this. I don't want you to believe what I'm saying, but listen to this. Just bear with me. I want to bring it out here for you. So just bear with me. Sorry, but I want to bring you this. So just bear with me while I try to bring this to you. managing your votes. You have refused to manage it adequately. So let me play this. I think this is it. Let me play it. Oh no. Okay. Well, why is it that this thing don't want to? Okay. Let me see. Oh yeah. Okay, so I will bring it here since this don't want to behave. I'm going to bring it here and see if I can play it from here. Sometimes when we are doing these things, there are plenty of things we can be doing. Yeah, especially those of us who want to add some level of value to what we do and not just to, open the phone and sunny. So sometimes some of these things we got to go here, take from here, bring here, put there, and blah, 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 and take it, do this and do that. So just bear with us while we try to bring you what we are supposed to bring you.
What did you step
I want you to look at this. I want you to look at this video. There's a young man who, according to his family, had some mental problem. His family run to the police because they believe that the police are trained. The police have the technical know-how. The police can be able to make the necessary intervention. Even if they are not trained in that area, they can easily be able to call for help and people will come. So the family member decided that we will go to the police for help so that the police can help us. Because these family members of ours is in the room, we understand his condition and know his condition. And the police were informed of what was happening to this brother. It wasn't that the police wasn't informed, they were informed about what was happening to this brother. So they went to the house with a knowledge already, with a prior knowledge. They went there with prior knowledge. They know what they were going to meet, they know the person that they were dealing with. But instead of going there with a mindset to help, they went there because they get itching fingers because they wanted to fire. They want K. So they went to this particular house. The brother is inside, rack at the door. My man can't go to hospital. The man said, I want to go nowhere. I'm good. I will be okay. I don't want to go anywhere. They decided, no, you will go by force. He said, no, I'm in my room. I'm in my space. Even where I'm at right now in my house, right? If someone tried to forcefully enter, my brother, I will defend myself. That's why you see here, there are people who doing the good weather, they pass around knocking people door, say the BGE, the Wawa, the Wawa. When they now 1 or 2 times nobody respond, what are people inside? People decide not to open, they walk away easily. Some people in their area they put no soliciting. That's why you see in this country they get different ad on the Facebook, on YouTube, on whatever. It's easier for you to find whatever you want to find and do it because walking to people home or people do in this country is not a good thing to just do like that because you can never tell the mood that the person is in. You can never tell. So they went to this particular boy house and decided that look, they will inflict pains on him. Even while he had 8 bullets in him, still they were dragging him on the ground. I don't want you to believe it. Let's play the video for you to see here. You see that? He was on the ground with 8 bullets in him. They decided to drag him. You see what is happening there? Just look, just observe. You see him on the ground? He even get down for him to drag him. Look at how the police, the people who you voted for, you voted for Gregory Como, and he sorry for Joseph Newman Brecker, and he decided to bring. You see the man on the ground. You see the man on the ground. The police ain't even get down. They don't even have time for him. Listen here, listen. It's Matthew on the ground there.
Imagine la quoi est maintenant est no get. Et là you must have run. Le to e pa me stay hard me for you.
You see that? Police, look at the way, look at how willing, look at the willing come in. Look there, look there, look there. You see that? How your children are being treated, how your husbands and wife are being treated. Just look there. Just look at what is happening. Look at what is happening in Liberia. Because you failed to manage your vote very well, even though you were told what to do, how to vote, you were taught. And these people who you voted for, they confess in open daylight that they are not good at managing your expectation or your vote. But still, you say no. Today, look at what is happening. A man in his own house got killed. My people, you may think that 2029 is far. No, 2029 is tomorrow. 2029 is tomorrow. Not far. Listening to this mother today, I want you to listen to something. I don't know, for some reason, I want you to listen to this. Listen to this mother. Let her tell you. Listen to this mother. Not to me. Sometimes we talk, oh, people there, you can talk, blah, 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 blah. You can talk. But listen to this. Listen to these mothers. Just bear with me while I try to bring this up here. Okay. Well, the thing I can always see, where is it? Sometimes I looking like when you're looking for certain things, you can see it. Okay, fine. Listen to this mother. Listen to her. Let's play this. Listen to her.
Is the worst criminal. John, we are brought into this ministry. He's there, Papa Joshua. They even proper minister. He cannot steal. He cannot kill. He cannot
Listen.
destroy us. What is that?
Are you talking about your ministry?
I'm talking about the ministry. He's there for me.
Wow. So that's
When you listen,
Wherever Joseph Brother is, let him go. We were in the rain. We were in the sun. For you be. But we're not talking about policy.
have you not
yeah, they were in the rain, they were in the sun for Joseph Numa Boyka. Even though they were informed that they think that you're doing a bar, that man is not human being that you can trust. Joseph Numa Boyka is not somebody that you can put your hope and your trust in. They refused. They said no, they were not listening. We get a video that you gave us 20%, we gave you 18%, we gave you 0%. The man who gave you 20%, you could not even give him 1%, but you say you gave him 0%. Is that not evil? Is that not evil? The man gave you 20%, but you decide to give him 0%. Is that not evil? Yeah, what she's saying. They were in the ring. They mismanaged their votes. They did not adequately take care of it. So today, Boyka is going after them. Let's go ahead so you can hear them talking. We'll tell you feed that we lying.
So that's
Joseph Braga was there, yes. Wherever Joseph Braga is, let him go. We were in a ring. We were in a sun for UP. But we're not talking about policy.
Have you not been rescued? That
We
come
are
to
not
rescue.
talking about policy. We are talking about our lives, our job, our life, our job. Liberians, you know how many bouncers we see? A Boko, Agnes has told. I'm speaking from Transport Ministry.
What's your position?
Customer service. Right. We volunteer. They rescued the way.
Yeah, Agnes though, they voted for Joseph Nyuma Boyka, even though they saw the sign that it was dangerous. But they decided to ignore and to vote for Joseph Nyuma Boyka. Today, Agnes though now is home sitting down because Joseph Nyuma Boyka is saying no. I can't get you the job with dance as you. Listening to this other woman, listening to her.
Million rescue. You want to put people you know. Show me the million rescue. To save somebody. The million rescue. Yeah. To deliver you from something, take you from something. So you are the poor people. Rescue me, save. But we the old people. Rescue the million rescue. That can't help me while here. That's the same thing. But you can't tell in the water. He can't put one making the water back to kill on money. You know they get people the pressure. Husband not working. I live in Joseph. I even made 1,000 a lot. I even made 400 a lot profit. Let me come and go. Children waiting for me. You are Joseph Baga. Where will be our result next year? We wouldn't in 1 year. Where will be our result the following year? Okay. Thank you so much. What's your name? What's your name? I'm in a station, man.
You listening to that woman talking about frustration, talking about her not making profit. Now, these voices that you are hearing are the voices of the people. This is not AI. This is not financial induced, how you call, or interviewed. Ask yourself, the last time I told you on this platform and you felt that I was joking, I said, Spoon has been seriously warned not to send her people out there to go and conduct any interview in the market area. She has been seriously warned. All these things that you can see our man Stanton doing, you forget it. You're just leaving. Stanton is saying these things because it is the reality. He can bend it. But it doesn't mean that he feel for you. No, he's not feeling for the Liberian people. He's only doing it because he knows that it is the reality that is happening, and any attempt for him to go otherwise, there are people in his cycle who will not be satisfied with him. So when you see people like Stanton coming, oh, the country this, oh, the country that, he's blasting, that's the reality. But who told you that we didn't inform them ahead of time? Who told you that Stanton can listen to me? He get his page. These people get different surrogate pages. They listen. Who told you that people didn't follow us? They follow us. I'll give you an example. Sometimes when people decide that they want to do what they want to do, let them go ahead. Let them just leave them. Let them go ahead and do it. And at the end of the day, when they bought the wall, nobody will tell them to come back. This is what is happening. So what you see people like Stanton and others are doing, they're only pretending to be like they are balanced. No, they are not balanced. They are not. They are not balanced. That shame get them doing what they are doing. Because when they sit down, the people who used to sponsor, the people who used to send money to them to send it to Joseph Nyuma Boyka, these people are crying. These people are crying that Joseph Nyuma Boyka has dashed their hope. that what they are seeing was not what Joseph Numa Boyka told them. So when you hear Stanton talking what he is talking, he's not talking it because of him. No, it's because of the people who are in his cycle. The people who are with him in his own little corner, they are telling him, no, it's wrong. The way Breka is proceeding is wrong. Leave that thing when they open land, they call somebody, oh yeah, Breka is proceeding right. Blah, blah, blah. Leave that thing. Leave it. The people who used to give the money to Joseph Numa Boyka, beyond some of them are sharing tears. They are in tears that Joseph Numa Boyka has frustrated and has dashed the hope of the ordinary people. No, I don't want you to believe me. Some of these people, even here in the diaspora, they will not come up to talk. They just sit down in their corner. They just sit down in their corner because they are ashamed. Say, what? The way we put our face to this thing here, we were jumping around, doing this and doing that. Who thought that we're going to be treated this way? I give an example. Look at our sister Jacqueline Robert. Let me play something here for you to see her. Our sister Jacqueline. I'm sorry for the vulgarity.
Get in hardship.
Listen here.
Liberia, we get in hardship. You're not even seeing hardship here. On they come except God are two. And Joseph Parker now change and submit himself before God and prostrate as a leader that he should know that God is the one that made him president, not his popularity. And he put himself up and said today he president by himself. The nation will be in darkness on Joseph Numa Parker.
I don't want to play the prophet from Nigeria, because maybe you say, oh, a Nigerian man. Listen to what Jacqueline is saying. These were the people who supported Joseph Numa Boyka, who went all out in showing that Boyka can become president, insulted and threatened us. Look, let me tell you something today, my people. Let me just put my face on this. When I sit down where I am and I begin to, think retrospect on what we went through during the election, sometimes I just say, glory be to God for our lives. I remember when we went Lofa, the day that Tamba Momo was killed. I and Choppy, we passed through Bapulu. We went to Lofa. We were actually going to see Tifa, to speak to some of the partisans there. When the guy who, was our man there, the guy called my man, he's going to be rough here tomorrow. You have to leave. You got to leave tonight. You can't stay here. Because tomorrow, the information that we're gathering, the Unity Party men, they finish putting people around. They say, the player, they will cause problem, they will cause danger. So because of that, we did not even go to where we're supposed to go. So the guy said, my man, you gotta go back. The play will be too terrible, and everybody know you now. You're prison, you're all on internet. People know you. As soon as you're buying here straight, the men will know. They will see you. And the thing the men will be doing, it will be too bad. So you can be here. You gotta go. One of our guy who were with, oh, man, that will happen, man. The guy said, my man, you got to go. You got to go. The player, we're looking at the player, and that too, you got to go. And for real, that evening, we left. We passed through the same, how you call, Ogbapolu. And in fact, that night, we stopped to bombing. And just the next day was when that incident happened. Where they said the men went to some of our place, they were doing this, killing people, all kind of nonsense. And then the guy who carried said, what, Prince O, my man, hey, that God bless us. I say, well, that's by the grace of God. Even in Nimba, where that Nimba? When we went to Sakepie, the mannequin, we saw more than 8 persons coming outside with single barrel, collected the ballot box and said they carried. The police ran away. When I was there doing the recording is all on the Facebook. Tell police guys, my man, you want my man, You gotta cut the thing here off. The men, you see all the men in single barrel. That only one ERU man will get here, we're gone. We don't get anything here. That only one man will go. All the men you see them men around with single barrel. Don't put the men on video. Call the thing. All that move for you. I say I'm going. We say we're staying right there. They say we're staying right there. When the men came, they collected it. They how you call it the ballot box from the city hall in Saclay. They break the chair. What they were standing there. And look, let me tell you that night. The thing happened. It was early in the morning. It was after 12, 1 o'clock or so. That night, anything could have happened to us because the police left. The police people they left. The guys left. They got in the car. I said, "My man, we're going. Oh. The only thing we can do, we can put her in the car. Let go. The way we're going, we'll go to the Zoom. Y'all can be there." Oh. To the extent that even the mayor of Sakepie, his house, they went to his house that night. The mayor had to leave from his house and bring people to take care. He didn't even sleep to his house that night. This is how deadly it was. This is how people wanted to commit crime in order to ensure that Joseph Numa Boyka becomes president. And one of the things I can say here for sure, my people, anyway, something I will leave it. I will leave it. But sometimes when I sit down and look at where we pass, there were life-threatening, how you call situation that we were confronted with. And if that opportunity avail itself again, we'll do it. Me, I will do it again. I will do it. Because to liberate my country from this particular team of gangster is not bread and butter. I knew the consequences. I knew what I was entering into. And I was entering into it because I wanted to save my nation of this calamity that is before our country. We went Grand Bassa, we went Bon County, we went Mount Gibby, we went Grand Cape Mount, we went Bomi, we went Bapolu, Lofa. We went there. Those of you who follow us during the election, we were all in the trenches because we were going there for the vote. We did a very good work in Grand Cape Mount. Look at the vote. Look at the vote margin. It is not for us to praise ourselves, right? But we did well. And look, let me tell you, 2029, I want to say to you, we will be there in full swing. Look, the 2029 that we're talking about, it start now. It start now. Don't think it start in 2027, 2026, 2020. No, the 2029 starts now. We must begin to put ourselves together, especially those of us in the diaspora. And I want to thank my diaspora people. When I was in Liberia, the people did well. I remember one time we're in Grand Cape Mount County for a league, we want to organize, and we're asking people for help. I received about $500 from different people. The other person sent $2, the person sent $3. We were able to use it. We look, the videos are there. Go on my page, you will see the video. We were able to put together more than 300 people from different parts. We went there, we visited them. Where we didn't go. And we were doing that in order to save our country from this calamity that has befallen our nation. You think we are excited seeing what we are seeing? Seeing police brutality? Our mothers are crying? That's why we were in these trenches for. I can't remember me sleeping when I was in Liberia for complete 8 hours. No, I did not. Because we were receiving calls. People were calling us on the other side. Oh, man, you got to come to encourage the people then. You got to come, to Sunny. We went places and we are glad that we make those trips. Today, some of these people, they call us and they cry. They call us and they cry. They share tears. Are we excited? No. And that's the reason why I want to say to you, fellow Liberians, especially those of us in the diaspora, we got to prepare ourselves. We got to prepare ourselves. We must employ every legal means to ensure that every vote is well managed. As I speak to you, do you know that NEC is training people to be able to finger the NEC website, to change numbers? I don't want you to believe it. I will show you something here just now. I will show you something. NEC is training people. It's a digital training. And the people who they are training, don't be deceived. They are training these people in order to manipulate the number in favor of the Unity Party. Look, just sit down here and think that play we own. Sit down here and think that when we come to talk, we get work to do, that what we just talking. As I speak to you, look, the Unity Party under Joseph Newman Boyka, they are training people to tamper with our numbers. Come turn it on now. Let me show you something. I don't want you to believe what I'm saying. Let me show you something here. Just bear with me. I will show you something here. You think the thing that you think that joking thing? Uh, the Unity Party is so desperate to the extent that they want to use every means to ensure that they do nonsense. Comes 2029. But that will not work. It will not hold. Let me show you something here. Let me see. Okay, I'll remove all of this. Don't be deceived. Oh, yeah. The people are training people who will be able to manipulate figures. That's what they are doing. Don't ban that thing. Yaka. We're talking Jeff Feeder. We're joking. Okay. Let me share this for my people to see. I want you to look at this. I want you to observe this. You look at this. This is the NEC website. I don't want to say breaking news, but if you want to call it breaking news, you can call it breaking news. If you want to share it, you can share it. If you want to take a screenshot, fine, you can take a screenshot. You see here? I want you to look at this. October 17, right? National Election Commission of Liberia. Chairperson underscore staff capacity building for effective electoral reform. As the National Election Commission of Liberia, that is NEC, continue its day-to-day transformation, Chairperson Madam Devietta Brown Lasana has emphasized vigorous capacity building for all staffs as a fundamental step towards achieving effective electoral reform. Madam Brown Lasana urges NEC staff participating in various training programs under the UNDP Liberia Electoral Support Project to grasp the core concept and prepare to replicate their newly acquired skills to follow colleagues across the commission. The NEC chairperson made a remark on Friday the 17th during her first visit along UNDP Chief Technical Officer Ms. Catherine Greens to the ongoing Cisco Certificate Training Program at Stella Maris University in Liberia. She noted that as a commission continues to strengthen its internal capacity and move towards digitalization, the support of UNDP Liberia forms a worthwhile initiative that will significantly enhance the conduct of further elections in Liberia. Here is it. Look there. These people, they are training them. Let me just show you the picture. You see here? These people are undergoing training. Let me tell you now, this thing that you see the people doing, my people, these people are preparing their people to finger numbers. That's what they are doing. Don't be deceived. Leave the name UNDP, whatever DP, this DP, that DP. These are all names that they use to cover up. I'm saying this straight to you. They are training their people to manipulate numbers that will be coming in. That's why they start earlier so. And that's why we as a political institution, the CDC, We need to start to put together our best brains because the people are not joking. They are not joking. I am saying this earlier because tomorrow I will remind people. Tomorrow, those of you who here, I will remind you. So y'all can remember one day I talked this thing. I may not remember the exact day, but I remember that I say it. This is it. Look, the Unity Party is training these people to do nonsense in Liberia. I am telling you this, and I'm not going to mince my words on it. I'm not going to mince my words on it. You see these people that you see here? It says Cisco training, digitalization training. They're training these people. At the end of the day, these are people that will be used to want to tamper with the numbers. And that's why we need to deploy our best on the field. We need to deploy our best. We need to have some of the cream de la cream in our cycle. Because these people that you see here, they are not playing at all. No, they are not playing. Here are the pictures. Here are the pictures. You see there? They say digital training they're going through. You see here? RCT training series, network and security administration. You remember during the election what happened to the NEC website? You know that at a certain point in time, the NEC website was shut down and there was transfer of number. It's not the first time. It happened under Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf regime with NAC, National Election Commission. It happened where the vote was swapped. They always know that the first round, the CDC is vigorous. The CDC is always vigilant. So she protected. Look at all the elections we have had post-war. The CDC always take the lead in the first round. But do you know during the second round, sometimes we are too relaxed? And there where these guys can manipulate things. I was in Grand Cape, my county. To the extent we saw people, look, some of the things we saw, the people, they were writing numbers. I'm telling you. Let me show you one of the stuff that, let me see. I hope I can be able to show this here. Yeah, I will show it. Let me just get this here. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. There is something I want to show you. A paper from Grand Cape County. Oh, sorry, just bear with me. In Grand Cape, I know what they were doing. The magistrate there. Where CDC get, for example, 75 and the Unity Party get 15, they will put one in front of the 5, make it 115. Then they say CDC 75. That's what the guys were doing. They were using the pen. They were even doing it in the representative election and all. Senatorial election. They were changing numbers. Let me just find this quick. Just bear with me. Let me find this so that I can put it here for my people to see. Bear with me, my people. I don't know. We got to manage our vote very well. The management process of our vote, the protection of our votes is very important. Very, very important. An attempt for us not to put together a crack team that will be able to manage, to supervise. My people, the Unity Party, they got not playing. The men are desperate. Very desperate. Oh, my people. Come here, let me find this thing. I will find this thing. I will display it for you to see what these guys were doing in Grand Cape, my county, my own county, what they were doing. They were changing number, writing their own thing. Writing their own thing. Where the CDC Kennedy get 7, or for example 70, and the Unity Party Kennedy get 10. They will put 1 in front of 10, make it 110. Just bear with me. I'm trying to look in. I get all of these. We submitted them to the people who were supposed to submit it. But anyway, it is what it is. But this time around, that thing will not happen. Just bear with me. Let me show you what I'm supposed to show you. What we are looking for is here our mothers. I think United Party, they are training the people. These people that they are training are their own people. These people will be used to manipulate things, to be able to change figure. Take the one from here and bring it on the other side. Take the other one and bring it on the other side. Now what they will be doing? These people did the thing. We saw it. You think that joke? Think the people playing fun? And that's why we need to. Okay. Okay. So I want to show you something. I want to show you something here. Let me go there quick and bring it for you to see it. Okay. So let me show you something here. I want to show you something. Okay, fine. This is it. Let me show you this. Maybe you think that we're joking. When we're telling you these things, you think that a fun we're playing. Let me show you something here for you to see. This is in my Aka, you know. This is it. Let me open this for you to see. You see here? Look here. You see what the guy did? Look at where this guy pointing his finger. This is in Grand Cape Mount County, right? This is in Grand Cape Mount. When I tell you something, I'm not just telling you because I want to tell you. I don't come here to come play politics. In Grand Cape Mount County, the candidate that was representing the CDC, Mabusoni, you see here? Mabusoni had 71, while the Unity Party had 31. I think you can see Daba Vapla. You can see Daba Vapla right here. UP. Then you see the candidate of CDC, Mabusoni. You see the place the finger is 91. That's 91 he had in this area, 91. And then the Unity Party, Daba Vapla, you can see 31, right? You know what this guy did? They were brave enough, fellow Liberians, to change this particular 31 to 131, which was by far illegal. You see there? To the extent that the CDC candidate or the person who are there representing the CDC refused to sign. When you look here, you will see LTP, you will see UP, you will see CPP. They all the sign. But the CDC candidate refused to sign because the number was not the adequate number. I'll show you one. I will show you another one. Let me show you another one. This is one. I hope you are seeing it. Fine. This is it. When we are telling you, we are not telling you because we hate anybody, no. But what we are saying, it is the fact. I'm sorry. Let me show you. Let me bring you another one. In fact, let me bring you all so you can see. Let me bring you what I'm supposed to bring you so you can see. When I finish, I will take it down. When I finish, I will take it down. So let me just. Okay. So when I finish, I'll take it down. I will show it to you so you can see it. You see the first example? What they did? This was in the magistrate office. That somebody was able to, collect these photos, and when we went there, they show all these things. Where the CDC candidate had 71 and 91, they changed it. They left the 91 there, and the Unity Party had 31. They say the R100 there, make it 131. You see what they did? But I will show you one that even more disturbing than this one. Let me go ahead and show it to you. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, my people. I think it is here now, but let me see. Let me take this from here. Let me bring it here to you so that you see it. Sorry. Okay. I'm waiting for my. I just put it on this page for you to. Sherry. Oh, sorry, my people. Let me see. Let me see. I want to put it somewhere around here for you to see something that I'm doing here. Let me see. Let me send it to some kind of group here. I will take it from there immediately, but I don't want to send it here. Okay, so yeah, just bear with me. Yeah, just bear with me. Okay, fine. That's good. Now I know I get it here. Okay, fine. Here is it. I want you to look at this. You see here? Let me open this good for you to see. These are some of the damage that these people cause. And today we are feeling the weight. You see here? This is the first one. Let me change this and bring the second one. You see here? Look at this. You see what is happening here? You see the CDC candidate? This was in the magistrate office that they were manipulating things. You see what was happening there? Which is by far very illegal. Very, very illegal. You see there? Let me show you another one. You see here? Let me show you another one. You see here? So the CDC candidate here, you see here, the CDC candidate had 67 votes, and the Unity Party has 16 votes. 64 votes. I just want you to look at this. I hope you are seeing this. Here is it. So in Grand Cape County, for example, the CDC candidate, that is Mabusoni had 67 votes in this particular area. And then the Unity Party, Madam Daba Vapla, she had 64 votes. I think you can see the 6-4. You know what they did? They changed the vote. Instead of 64, which you can see the 4, they changed to where you can see the person put this particular half-in mic so that nobody will write anything in front of it. They wrote 1 in front of it. You see the 6, then they changed the 4 to 7. And you see there? You see there? And the independent candidate, which is how you call Vanny Waxing, the independent candidate, he had 64. They put 064. You know what they did? Look at the pin mark. Direct in the magistrate office, they were able to do this nonsense. In the magistrate office, they were able to do it. They wrote 1. You can see the 1. You see them forcing the 1. You see the 1 there. You see the 6. And you see the 4. So 164, they dipping it. So you can see there. You see the Arco Kennedy that he had 0, 0, 2, just 2 votes. They changed the 0, 2 to 1. They changed the 0 to 1. Then they darkened the 2. And you see what we're talking about? Let me carry in front for you to see some things. Look here. You see some of the things that went on here? Can 25 plus 16 give you 311 votes? Can it? And it can give you 31, but it said 311. You see, when people stealing, this was done right in the magistrate office. You see there? And you see 311? 25 plus 6 equal 311. And you see the Unity Party, what they did to the Unity Party? This number that was here, they changed the 7 to 9. So they say 94 plus 16 equal, you see here? And you can see some of the things that happened in Liberia. Here is it. Look here. You see another one here? The Unity Party with 38 votes, while the CDC candidate 39. They changed that 38 to what? To 41 votes. You see there? So when we are telling you things, my people, we are not telling you because we just want to say we were there, we saw it. Look here. Look there for yourself. We want you to look at it. These were some of the things. Let me take this down quickly. These were some of the things that happened in Liberia there. Okay. Let me see. Okay, let me. So you see here, another one you see here. The CDC candidate, Mabu Soni, he had 53, and the Unity Party had 20. Guess what they did? They add another 0 there. They say Unity Party had 200, while the CDC candidate had 53. You see there? Let me keep this. Put this in my file here. Keep it. These were some of the things that we experienced. These were some of the things that was experienced. Let me take this one too and then keep it here in this file. Keep it. Okay. So I think I can now move this from here. These were some of the things that we witnessed while in Liberia. You know, I don't know, but it was divine. Whatever that happened in Liberia, I'm not mad, right? I'm not mad. Move. Oh, sorry. Let me move this thing from here. Uh, move the trash. When we were on the ground, we were reporting all of these things. For some reason, I don't know, but for some reason, it's like, should I say people wasn't listening to us or they were just ignoring us? Yes. Some of the things that are having in my phone, when I show it to you, you will not believe it. And all of these things were reporting it. We serve as supervisor. Let me show you my tag. Where is it? We were accredited to serve as supervisor. Yaka. See my tag here? See my tag here for the CDC? You see here? You see here? Here is it. Here's my tag that was provided to me by NEC. Here is my tag that was provided to me by NEC. CDC. You see here? For those of you who follow, you saw that we're reporting from all of the counties. Look, the thing that we saw in Liberia was too broad. We went in Nimba. There is a place we went to in Nimba, and the police, they had the police, they had army, they had an army officer, they had an immigration officer. While we were also, we went there just by the not too far from the how you call this place, the superintendent compound. Not too far from the superintendent compound, there is a school there, some kind of school, well, no, farm school. They had reef fence around it. So that place, one of the highly populated area, right by the superintendent compound, not too far. It's about just a few minutes walk from the superintendent compound. Some kind of short call you can just take, and then you will go to the school. So someone gave us a text. There was a guy who was there, gave us a text. He said, "Oh my man, the CDC supervisor who's supposed to be here, the man who's supposed to take care, the pool washer, some other mannequin, they threaten him. Oh, in fact, they sent his big brother to threaten him. He said the man was so mad. That was the second round. They said the man was so mad the place. The man was so do your CDC, beyond CDC, anything happened to him that his business. So his man came here, his man was crying. So the boy had to go. So he like nobody here representing the CDC. You had to come. We're on our way to Sakipie when we heard that particular information, working along with the county authority, and the county authority did very well. The CDC authority there in the county, regional men, they did well. But my people, let me say this: what we saw, it took men who were prepared to defend their nation with their life in order to be able to do some of the things that were supposed to be done. And we understand the kind of threat. Reginald Man, maybe he didn't say it, but Reginald Man was threatening that they were going to burn a house. Reginald Man was threatening. I interviewed Reginald Man. I interviewed him. I get the son here. Is here. He was threatening that they were going to burn a house in Nimba County. So we went to the school. Fast forward, we went to the school. When we went to the school, there was another girl that was there. Because after the guy came, after the CDC, because there were two pool watchers from CDC, the other guy, his mother came crying, said he must move from there. So he left. When he left the place, we took down the report. When he left the place, it was another girl for the CDC. When we went there, then the girl complained. The girl said, "Oh, they brought somebody here, a pool washer for the Unity Party. But this person's name is not on the, how you call it, the registrar here. Because the name that they brought in, people who supposed to supervise, we already received the name, the Unity Party. But the people who they send, they're different from the names that is displaying here. It's completely different. Because for each time they come, you will see they will have a tag. The same tag that I have in, for example, if you are a pool washer, they will give you, the tag to be there as a pool washer. And the people will have your name. So the guy said, we know what is happening. This is not the person that is supposed to be here. Furthermore, the man went to the place. He's not registered here to vote, but he went behind this place with bag on his back, which is not supposed to be. Because usually when people going, to go cast their votes or their ballot or whatever, only pen they will carry. Even their phone, we ask them to leave their phone back. But the man went to the place because they had some kind of late thing they just put there. He went behind there with bag on his shoulder. I even tried to raise the issue. They said they were going to ask me out. They called the army guy and the police guy were going to ask me out. So when there we said, okay, we wanted to go and go see the place. They stopped us. The army guy that was there from the armed forces of Liberia, that DEA and all, they stopped us. They said we can't enter the place. So I said, my man, they play will enter this place. It's our right. We are not ordinary people that have come here to just, see. We are also accredited by NEC. Here are our tag. We took our tag and show it to them. So here's our tag. They refused. They said, no way, we can't enter. So right there, while my other colleagues, were interacting, I texted the person, there's a girl, I texted her back. I said, you know what? I said, just cause some kind of commotion. that something is happening. Don't fight anybody, but just make noise so that everybody can get concerned. And how she started with the noise. No, 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 no. All that time the noise was being caused. They may not continue. In fact, they say we must leave the ground of the place. We must leave the place. I told the guy, I said, me, leave this place for what reason? Leave here for what? I said, I'm not leaving here. They say we are accredited to be here. They may not demand that we should leave the place. It was the driver who we carried, the driver with us. Then the guy called us on the side. The guy said, my brother, say, I'm begging you. We were in Nimba here. We know what's going on. I'm begging you. You go. You just take your report. You just do report. So I said, how will we do report without going in there to see? Because if we do report, we must go in there to see what is happening before we can be able to do the report. They stop us. They say, no way, we can't enter. Having heard, they say, no way, we cannot enter that place. We can't enter. They say, we can't enter. So the guy called, the guy said, look, my brother, I understand the manner, I understand the guilt. I know what the men are talking here. I'm begging you. Y'all go do your report. The way the kind of thing the men are talking, the people then, they ready to do anything. You saw that picking where a man king you're crying. My brother, I'm begging you, y'all go do your report. You just do your report and send it to your place you're supposed to send it. But the people then, from what we on the ground you're seeing, they are determined to do anything. Anything they will do it. So I'm begging you. Some of the people then you see around, they are just watching. They see me with y'all, they see y'all around, and they know when want for anything to happen to you. So just do your report. We took the form. But like I said, there are some things that we can't talk. It's not for here. We talk it already. We say it where we're supposed to say it. But plenty things happen. And this time around, that thing that happened in 2023, it will not happen in 2029. Because you know why? We already know what they are capable of doing. So when you see this thing, Netanyahu, we're training people, we're doing this, we're doing that, they're not training nobody. Don't mind that thing they own. Let me move this thing from on the place here. There are some other things that, the play was supposed to present it. We already presented there. So, okay, fine. So what we saw with our eyes, my people, we saw plenty things. Plenty things. So we know how these people they can behave. So when you hear say, oh, net training people, they're doing this, they're doing that. Look, those that they are training are people who they are training to be able to manipulate the process. I'm telling you, to manipulate the process. That is their plan. That's what they are good at doing. They are doing these things for people to manipulate process around here. That's what they're doing. Here is it. Look there. Net training people. Net training people. We need to be very, very careful. Here is it. Look here. Look there. Say the training there. Here is it. They say the training there. We need to have a team of our own. Never trust these people. You can't trust them. The RCT training they say they're going on. What they are doing it getting ready for us. And that's why we must be ready for them too. There are some things we tell our leaders. There are some things we say out here. Like I said, some things, because we have the proximity by the grace of God to some people, we tell them it behind the scene. We'll not come here to come say it. Because we have the proximity to tell them. At least by the grace of God, we have the privilege. We can talk to certain people. So the one for here, we tell you here. The one for them, we tell them. But fellow Liberians, 2029 starts now. What was in my heart to tell you, especially about managing, I'll say it out here. Now I feel that this heavy load has got off my shoulder. We need to manage our vote adequately. We need to manage our people adequately. We need to be in touch. Yes, Joseph Nima Bweka is failing, but that is not a reason to think that, yeah, because he's failing, so you will lose. These people are desperate. See what they are doing? They are training people to manipulate the process, to disturb figures. I just show you. If there are some other reports that we can show it here, we pass it over to where we're supposed to pass it over. Things that are we witness, it was terrible. Including some of our people who we thought they were with us. They were not with us. They were against us. They were against us. You know, I went somewhere and I want to share this story with you. It was in where okay, in Bomi. Bomi, yeah, in Bomi. We went in Bomi and we were able to organize some group of people. We went to a place that is popularly known to vote the Unity Party. We went to that area. And we went to that particular area, the people told us, said, no, but you know, right now you can't get anybody because most of the people going to do their hustle and stuff like that. So it's going to be in the evening before you can be able to do your hustle. You can come. As now, you know, most of the time people come from their hustle from the farm, so you can get them. And that night, I was at the party headquarters. We got through with an activities there. I rode back from Morovia straight there to Bomi. We went there. We reached there, it was after 9:10. The crowd. We had almost about 100 plus people that were sitting to that particular area. For some reason, I don't want to be exact because, you know, I just want to, yeah. So we met them. And the people, they were brave to tell us they did not hide it from us. They said, my people, some of us, we understand. We don't want to vote for the Unity Party. But you know our fear? And we said no. Say people then threatening us. People then threatening us. People then going to our family members and threatening them. Town chiefs, some clan chiefs, people who will get high regard in, they are threatening us. And we know what can happen here. Sometimes when something happens to you here, to even get people to talk for you, it can be hard. So it's not easy. We want to vote for our son. There was a chief that was there. Like I said, I don't want to be exact. There was a chief that was there. After the thing, he invited us to his house. It was after 11. I mean, midnight, 11. He said, let me tell you the truth. See the place that we are? We are traditional people. We know. But the people then here, the Unity Party people, they've been here for a long time. 12 years, my children are not small thing. The people that know all the system. They get people in the court, they get people in the police, they get people all over. The people then can cause any harm to us. So some of us, the reason why we are alive today is not because we get all the medication to our disposal, but because there are some things, even if it is not in our favor, we know how to swallow it. They told us, say so. We are even afraid for you to come the kind of night to say you're meeting with people. We ourselves, we know that, yeah, you people really, you're really brave. But it's not easy. We scared. Because at the end of the day, the way the people threatening us, if things go their way, we know what these people are capable of doing. A town chief was telling us. So we know what these people are capable of doing. These people can cause harm to us. And what the town chief said, he said, and the way our president, he's a man of peace. He not let no disturbance. This time we sat down in the man's house. I mean, he carried us in his house, in a room that the people were sitting down. He said, we know our president, President Weah. He may not let noise. and I learn no problem business. It is not that we can't do it, but the way people threaten it, we able to threaten them back. But some of us who are chiefs, who are elders, we know President Weah. The way things have been going, he's a peaceful man, he's a quiet man. He not let noise. And we want to cause noise to spoil a knee. The man said we can do it, we can cause noise, we can do whatever we're supposed to do. But at the end of the day, we don't want to spoil a knee. Because if we do it, people will say, oh, that we are people, that we are people. So some of us we are touchy, we look at what happened here. How Cdcians then been threatening. How threatening the children. He said we're not satisfied. But the people then that did the one, you see, the police, they this, they that, and start calling names. So we can't do much. The only thing we say, some of us, we go, we vote for who we're supposed to vote for. But we just keep it cool. You know, there were some things he said, and I was just sitting down, listening to him. And plenty of things were running my mind. My people, let me tell you something. The Unity Party take advantage of the peaceful nature of President Weah. I can tell you this for sure. They took advantage of the peaceful nature of President Weah. Most of the people that you saw in Liberia that did not react, it is not that they didn't have the power or the strength to react in the same equal and proportional force of the Unity Party. But you know what? They were like, let's leave it. Our president is a man of peace. Let's forget it. Let's not push too hard. But fellow Liberian, 2029 is not going to be as it was. I'm telling you, it's not going to be chaotic. It's not going to be violence. But we will protect our votes. We will protect every inch of our votes. And the people that we will be able to ensure that they are there will not just be people that you can get holler, then they move away. Some of the things that we saw, right? Look, I will tell you some. Like I said, some things I can say to you and some things I cannot say to you. Some of the areas that we have pool watchers, some of these pool watchers, they were literally kids. They were kids who were still living with their parents. Some of them were first-time voters that didn't understand the intricacy of what was going on. Some of them were completely blind to whatever that was happening. They were blind. There were many things some things I can't say it here because it's for us. When we go in our place, Kukujumoku area, we're talking there. But some of the things that we saw, like we went to somewhere, how you call this place in Ganta, the United Methodist, I think school, or one of the area that they were voting, their compound. Almost all of the people we saw, they were all first-time voters. You know, they were very energetic, but again, they did not have the experience. They were all first-time voters, that the CDC wanted to, it was a good thing that we gave them the opportunity to be able to, exercise their own political rights and being part of the process, which was very good. But I think some of the things that we needed to do was to at least have a mix, especially in some of these areas. When I witnessed what happened in Ganta, where the Oma came and was crying and her son have to move from there, I was like, wow. So the guy when they were telling us, my man, the Oma crying to her son, the Oma telling her son, say, you want to kill all of us? The put and say, they want to see you here. You want to kill us? You want for him to go disturb us? I'm begging you, Kaosa, Kaosa. The Oma crying. We saw plenty of things, and it gives us more knowledge to confront this tyrannic and evil regime. So this thing that you see them carrying on, they say, we're training people, and they're training people here, and they're training people there. They are training people to manipulate the process. But we are far ahead of them. We are far ahead of them. We will secure every number that we have. On this note, my people, I want to thank God that what was in my heart to say, I say it. I want to now retire. I want to now retire. I want to say thanks to everybody who were part of the process of the groundbreaking ceremony. To the committee, I want to say thanks. Led by Honorable Funakti Kofa, I want to say thank you. We'll talk about the groundbreaking ceremony, but that will not be today, hopefully Monday. Again, if this is your first time following the page, it's under the Palava Hut. You can follow our page, you can like our page and leave a review. On every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we are here on the Redemption Hour. Between the days, sometimes we come on. We also want to inform you that the DMV chapter will be having her convention on the 25th of October 2025 will be the DMV convention. This convention will be bringing together Cdcians. We'll be having elections. We'll be having some discussions. If you are a Cdcian and living in the DMV area, that is in Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, you can become a leader too of this chapter. Yes, you can become a leader. So those of you who want to become a leader in the chapter, you can become. We are inviting all of you to this particular event. And the venue will be 10689 Owens Brown Road, Columbia, MD 21044. You are all invited. The program is going to start at 1 p.m. in the evening, in the afternoon, 1 p.m. So during the morning, you can go and do whatever you had to do. And then immediately 1 o'clock to 1:30, our program starts. We want to invite all of you. All of you are invited. On this note, my people, I want to say thanks to all of you who have been here for 2 hours, 25 minutes, some seconds going, listening to us. We really do appreciate you. From all of the platforms that you are joining us from YouTube, from wherever, I want to say thank you. Let me see. Someone is saying something here. Yeah. So I want to say thanks to all of you. Mabu, thank you so much. Saros, let me see. Okay, Josephine watching us there from SDA community. Let me see. I heard someone saying something here about sending. I want to welcome my own brother, Otis. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you, my brother Otis. Let me see. Somebody was saying something here. Okay, anyway, I will get it later. I don't know what this person was sending, but I'm not seeing it again. I'm not seeing it again. But anyways, all of you are invited to the DMV convention. Until we meet again, my people, thank you so much for taking the time off to be with us. Love you all and bow from my end.
We will not allow small children to tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school. We will not allow those young ladies just go in the street whole day yourself. The money you make can't even buy rice. We can't do it. We want to put dignity on our people. And that's why we're here. That's the mission we have. And I can assure you, if you check your calendar, it's exactly 4 months from today. Today is the 10th, right? When is the election? You start checking. 4 months to the date. After 4 months, you will see a new Liberia coming up. You will see a Liberia that will give you hope. You will see a Liberia where corruption will be a thing of the past.